Hi everyone, I'm Trishann Williams. This is my brother James.
Hello.
And we're now coming to you from Mimi's room. We're not going to show you Mimi right now, but she's over here checking us out.
Hi,
and
Mimi.
We wanted to do a quick review for you since it's been a while and talk about some things that we've read.
Yeah, it has been a while, so we kind of wanted to get a quick one in here. We still have several that we want to do for you. The worst case scenario, we're going to do that.
We're going to do that with Papa Pete soon. We've read it. I can't wait to talk about it.
We're going to do a little bit later on here, next week or so, we're going to do a Q&A with author Trishann Williams and her book, Two Crimson Smiles.
Which isn't, it isn't this kind of book though.
It's not this kind of book.
It's more like a.
It's more I know what's going to happen.
But that'll be fun. We'll do a little author interview. So if you want to know what we're talking about, go get the book anywhere you get books. Amazon, Barnes & Noble, anywhere you get them.
Yep.
Apple, anywhere.
So.
All right. You want me to go first?
Go ahead.
I'm going to talk about, I've read a couple of good books lately, but I'm going to talk about, I read the new Nicholas Sparks book recently, like last week. It's called Counting Miracles. And listen, I am a Nicholas Sparks fan. He's a little flowery, he's a little emotional, but yeah, just a little bit. But I usually kind of get into his stories. I like his storytelling, and I still think he's a really good writer. Like, I enjoy his writing style. This particular book kind of told two stories simultaneously. And I knew that they were going to intersect, but they felt like really different stories to me.
Okay.
And there was a lot of symbolism that I didn't understand, and I liked one of the stories better than the other.
Okay.
So it was hard for me to put it all together, right? Because when I was reading the story that I really liked, I'm into it. I'm like, okay, this could be just a story all by itself. And then the second half of the story where I knew they were going to intersect, but I was like, can we just get there already? Let's just get there already. So with that being said, it's a story about families and getting older and protecting what you love and, you know, finding your way back to families. And so there's a lot of different intersecting stories. And I thought it was a good book. It was not as romantic for me as like his books usually are. Like usually his books are really sweet and romantic and kind of tearjerker. This is much more family oriented. There is a romance in it, but this is much more family driven. And so if you like Nicholas Sparks, I say go for it, read it. It's short, it's an easy read, it's not very long. I say go for it.
Say go for it. All right. I'm currently reading a book that I've read, I mean, literally, I've probably read this book 10 times over the course of 20 years, just because it's really easy to read. It's the Belgariad series. Book 1 is Pawn of Prophecy, Book 2, Queen of Sorcery, Book 3, King of the Murgos, something like that. But it's a series of 5 books. And then there's a second one called The Malorian, same characters, 5 books after that. So it's a 10 book series, really dialogue oriented. So it goes by really quick.
I like those.
Really
I like a
quick,
book with
like
a good dialogue.
Yeah, it's good dialogue. It's a family friendly. So it's like kids who like who have been reading Harry Potter is probably worse than this book. So
okay, that's good to know.
Yeah,
I think Logan might like that. Do you think Logan would like it?
I think it'd be way too easy for Logan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Luke maybe.
Maybe Luke. Okay.
Yeah. But
love you, Luke.
It's love you, Luke. But it's when parents come and say, okay, they've read all the Rick Riordans, they've read all the Harry Potters. You know, you're 13, 14, 12, depending on your reading level. What's next? This is the first series of books. That one and the Terry Brooks.
Okay, say it again.
Are the ones. So it's called the Belgariad.
Okay.
Belgariad. His name is Garion. So the author, David Eddings, likes to throw a lot of symbolism and things like that around to it. But it is classic fantasy, high fantasy stuff. So it's got your trolls and gnomes and dwarves and knights in shining armor. It's really, really good characters. It may not be the best character building, but they're still really good characters. Because there's kind of a lot of them, but they all have very distinct personalities. And it's also, basically, it's this typical Star Wars Joseph Campbell mythology. You know, the youth discovers that, oh, I have this ability, and reluctantly I have to battle all the evil of the world now. Or,
okay.
So it's just one of those. But again, really good characters.
All right.
I really I was gonna say that was what I was gonna talk about, but I was gonna tell you about another book, Six of Crows. But I'll do that next time now.
Okay.
But that's just what I'm reading. I'm rereading right now, so just preparing myself for the next round of books that we want to read.
Okay. I am currently reading, we were talking about this already, but I bought, because I don't know if you remember, but a couple reviews back, I read some Kristen Hanna for the first time, and I just love her. And so back then she just released a trilogy. It's not a trilogy. I'm sorry. It's not a trilogy. It's a 3-book set of some of her older novels. Right. And I'm reading the first one in that set, and it's called Summer's End or Summer's Road or something about summer. And I just started it. And I'll let you know how that goes. And it's funny because I bought one of the 3 books individually. I just forgot. But anyway, I'm going to read the 3 of them together. And then I also just saw on my library feed that, how do you say her name? Sophia Kinsella? Is that how you say her name?
Sophie Kinsella.
Sophie Kinsella. Her new book just released. It's in my library.
I forgot what it's called.
I don't remember either, but I pre-ordered it and I just saw that it's been released. So I'm gonna read that.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna read James's recommendation that's coming in.
Do we want to announce that now?
So that's totally up to you.
Because we still haven't done our review for worst case scenario,
which we are going to do.
So yeah, we'll have 2 big
couple reveals
coming up here. One will be our Q&A, and then we'll do with Papa Pete. Probably another 2 weeks with Papa Pete, but we'll do that live. We're going to try to do that live.
We're going to try to do that live.
Here in Houston.
Meanwhile, go get 2 Crimson Smiles, read it, don't judge.
You can judge.
You can judge me. I don't care. It's good. It's fine. It's just some of
the situation.
Some of the content is, there's definitely a bad guy in it.
I think there were some questionable decisions.
That were made. Yeah, and there's definitely a bad person.
And there's definitely a bad person.
So anyway, okay, well that's our update for now. We'll catch up with you shortly. Good to see everyone. Thank you.
Have a good one. Say goodnight to Mimi.
Good night, Mimi.